In today's session, we will see about how to handle drop downs. So, how to select element from drop down using Playwright. So, when we see any web pages, there are multiple type of drop down list are present. So, some websites uses basic standard HTML drop down. Standard HTML drop down contains select tag, and inside this select tag there are multiple options which are present. There are some type of drop downs which are bootstrap drop downs. So bootstrap drop downs will not contain any select tag. Also there are hidden drop downs, auto select drop downs, or there can be a drop down list in which we can select more than one options as well. So these are some of the examples of different type of drop downs which can be present on web pages. And we will see different type of drop downs in coming sessions, but in today's session we will focus on very basic drop down, that is the drop down which contains select tag, and from that drop down we can select only one element at a time. So for example, if I take you to this Facebook login page, so if you hit www.facebook.com, you will see this login page. After coming onto this login page, if you click on sign up for Facebook link, it will open one sign up form. In this sign up form, there are some drop downs. For month, there is a drop down. For year also there is a drop down. For date of birth, there is a drop down. So we are going to focus on this basic drop down of month. If you see in this drop down, there are total 12 values from January to December. If I inspect this, so let's inspect this page and let's inspect this drop down. So in this drop down, if you see, there is a select tag which is present. So this is basically a simple drop down, HTML drop down, which is present in most of the website. Inside this select tag, for every value, there is option tag. So if you see, for every value, for option value equals to 1, January is there. Second option with FEB as a text. Third option with value equals to 3, and March is a text which is displayed inside this drop down. Basically this text is visible text, or we can say a label text. So there are multiple ways by which we can select option from drop down by using automation script. So we will see one by one some of the options by which we can select a specific value from this drop down using Playwright. So what I will do, I will just go to Playwright. I am going to create a new file. Let's name it as dropdown underscore select dot spec dot js. So we have created a sample test file. Inside this test file, what I will do, first step is we have to define constant. We need test comma expect require from @playwright hyphen test module, and then comes the test block. Inside this test block, the first step is we have to name this test case. So I will just name it as basic drop down selection of element, comma anonymous function. Then we have to put page inside this function, and then we have to use async keyword before this function. After using async, now we can start with our script with await keyword. First step is page dot go to. I'm just putting the URL. Facebook.com. It will launch the Facebook. Then I have to click on sign up for Facebook link. So I'm just going to use page dot get by text method, and in this method I'm going to pass the locator, or we can say a simple text. So on Facebook login page, when it is launched, we have to click on sign up for Facebook link, right? So that link has this text, that is sign up for Facebook. So it will launch the facebook.com. It will click on sign up for Facebook link, which we are getting by text method, and then I'm going to click on this. So once you click on this, we will come to this page. So once you click on this, we will land up on this page where we can see a sign up form. Now the first step to locate any element or option from drop down, we have to first click on this drop down. So if I want to select any month, I have to simply click on this drop down. So first we should identify this locator. First we have to identify the main locator of this drop down. So if you highlight this, you can see it is present inside select tag and ID equals to month. So we can write XPath for this, or we can directly locate by using ID. So if I want to use this ID equals to month, I can simply use like hash month. So it will highlight that drop down, month drop down, it will be highlighted. So this is basically ID which I am going to use. If you are using ID, it should start with hash. So I'm just going to use this ID. So let's go to our code. So first way is first we have to identify that locator, main drop down, and then after locating that, we can select the required option by multiple ways. So first way is by using visible text. First is by using visible text. So what is the command for that? So command is await page dot locator. Inside this, we have to first pass this ID. So it will locate this element. It will locate this element. It will locate this drop down. Then we have to see these options. So if you see, after locating this, you can see these options. These are present inside this select tag. There is another tag called option tag, which is having value equals to 1, and this is visible text. What is the visible text? JAN. So if you have this visible text, which is also visibly present in this drop down options, so we can directly select by this visible text as well. So I want to select which month? August month. So what I can give you, I can simply put one method. So whenever we want to select any option from drop down, Playwright give you one method, that is select option method. Inside this select option method, we can directly pass that visible text. So AUG is the visible text for August month. So I'm just passing that value, and we have to click on that. So it will simply select and click on that option. So it is by using visible text. So there are multiple ways. So first option we are going to see is by visible text. So if you have visible text, we can directly select page.locator, that the ID, and then we can use .select option method, and we can pass the month name in that. And when you are using select option, actually there is no need to use .click method. There is no use to use that .click method, because it is going to select that option from that drop down. So this is the first way. So I'm just saving this, and to see the output, I'm just adding some timeout as well. So I'm just adding page dot some timeout by using wait for timeout, so that it will wait for 5 seconds, 5000 milliseconds, and then I will close that page. So then I will close the browser. So what we will see is, now when I execute this test case, what it will do, it will launch the facebook.com. It will click on sign up for Facebook link. Then by using first option, that is by using visible text, we are going to select, first it will locate month drop down, and then we are using select option tag, in which we are passing visible text. So this is for visible text way. So it will check for AUG if it is present as a visible text in this drop down, and it will select that option. So now I am just saving this file, and let's execute this file. So what is the name of the file? Name of the file is dropdown underscore select.spec.js hyphen headed for UI mode, and project equals to Chromium, so that it will launch in Chromium browser. So just pay the attention, the test is getting executed. It will launch the facebook.com. It will click on sign up for Facebook link. Then it will select month drop down. From that, it will select August option by visible text, that is AUG. It will wait for 5 seconds, and then the page will close. So it is launching the browser now. After launching the browser, it will click on sign up for Facebook, and if you see, it has selected August month. If you see now, it happened too fast, it has selected August month. So instead of August, now if you see, I want to select some other way. So let's say I want to select March now. So for March, what is the visible text? If you see in this drop down also, what is the text which is visible? MAR. So what I will do, I will pass, instead of August, I will pass MAR for March. And now let's execute one more time. It will select the value of March from that drop down. So let's see that output as well. So it will launch the browser. It is starting the test. It is launching the browser. It will open facebook.com. Then it will click on sign up for Facebook link. And if you see, March is selected. In this drop down, March gets selected. And it will close the page. So that is the first option by using visible text. Now there is one more option. So I will just comment this part. Now what I will do, I am going to show you by using label as well we can select. So label and visible text are similar. So if I simply use await page.locator, again we have to pass this locator, that is month, #month for ID. Then we can use select option method, and in this select option method we can pass label, and in this label we can say we want to select APR for April. So whatever value we are seeing here, for example JAN, FEB, MAR, APR, MAY, June, July, these are basically, we can consider those as label as well. So we can also use like this. So in this script I am just selecting select option, inside curly bracket we have to pass label, and this is the label which we want, value of label. Then it will select this APR option. So let's save this. Let's execute this. So this time it will select option as April. So from drop down it should select option of April now. So it is launching the test case. It will open facebook.com. It is going to click on sign up for Facebook, and now it has selected April. So by using label also we can select the value which we want. So now I am going to comment this part as well. I will show you one more way by which we can select the drop down value. We can also select, so we have seen by visible text, we have also seen by using label. Now we can also select that value by using value attribute. So I'm just going to use page.locator. In this we have to pass hash month for ID of that locator drop down list. Then we have to use again select option method, and inside the select option, now what we can pass here is, if you see this drop down, there are option tag and value is equals to 1. So for January, value equals to 1. For February, value equals to 2. For March, value attribute is having value of 3, and so on. So I want to select June this time. So what is the value for this June? Value equals to 6. So I can pass the value as 6 and it should select June for me. So what I will do, select option, inside this we have to use value and we can pass the value. So I want to select 8. What is the 8? So 8 is the value for August. I want to select June. So for June, what is the value I should give? Instead of 8, let's say I am giving value as 6. Let's save this file and let's execute this file now. So this time it will select the option by using value attribute. So whoever is having the value equals to 6 will be selected. So ideally it should select June as a month in that drop down. So in the drop down of month, it should select June because it is having value equals to 6. So it is launching the browser. It will click on sign up for Facebook, and if you see, June is selected by default. Not by default, but it has selected the value equals to 6. If I give value as 7, then what will be selected? After June, there is a July. So if you launch this test case again, this time it should select value of July, that is 7. So it will select July from drop down. So it will launch the browser. And it should select this time July should be selected in that month drop down. So it is launching the website, clicking on sign up Facebook, and if you see, July is selected. So it has selected July. This is by using value. So we can select by using visible text. We can select by using label, and we have also seen how to select by using value. There is one more option by which we can select. I am just going to comment this. We can also select by using index as well. So if you see, index starts with 0. So on 0 index, January is present. First index, February is present. Second index, March is present. So I want to select January. Its index will start from 0. So January is present at 0th index. So let's go to our code. Await page.locator. Again, this part will remain same. So we have to pass hash month so that it will locate that month drop down, and then it will select option by using select option method. We are going to use index this time. So index, and you have to pass the value of index, so 0. So if I am passing 0 as index, it should select January. Index will start with 0. So whichever element is at first position, that will have index as 0. So it should select January this time. So I am just going to execute this test again. So it will select January, which is present on 0th index. Index will start with 0 always. So first element will be present at 0 index. So it is launching the test. It is launching the browser. It will launch the facebook.com. It will click on sign up for Facebook link. And if you see, January is selected. It will close the page. Instead of 0, if I put 1, what it will select? After January, what is the next index? February. So if I execute again, it will select February. So let's execute this one more time. Now we are provided index as 1. So January is having index of 0 and the next element will have index of 1, that is February. So February, which is having index of 1, will be selected this time. It will click on sign up for Facebook, and if you see, February is selected. So this is how we can select by using index as well. So far we have seen how to select by using visible text. We have seen how to select by label. We have seen how to select by value attribute. And we have also seen by using index also we can select. So let's revise one more time. We have seen by using label, we can select. If you have select drop down from which we have to select the value, we can use label, we can use value or index or even visible text. From options tab, we can select all these things. So in this case, this was the drop down. So if I want to show you the drop down, so this was the drop down which was having select tag, options tag. So all the options were present in option tag and value as an attribute and whatever is the visible text. So we can select visible text like JNFEB by using select option method. We can also use value attribute, or we can also use index as well. Index will start with 0. So that's how we can work with standard HTML dropdown, that is select dropdown, to select elements from this. Now one more thing I want to show you is, now so far what we have done, there is a slight variation also which we can use. So if you see this example, we have used page dot locator, then we have passed the value of that drop down attribute, drop down locator, and then we have used dot select option method. But we can also use the same statement like this also. So I will just show you. I'm just going to comment this part. Let's copy this and let's put it here. I'm going to use this for statement again. So by using, I'm just uncommenting this. So instead of page dot locator, I can also use directly like this. So what I can do, I can directly use page dot select option method, and in the select option method I can pass the locator, that is the locator of this drop down, that is month, and then comma and second parameter directly by visible text. So if you see, this statement and this statement both are similar, both will perform the same operation, just a way of writing it. So here I am using select option method directly with page object here. So page dot select option, this is the locator of drop down as a first parameter in the select option method, comma visible text. So it will also select the March from this drop down. And the same thing we can use for other options as well. So here also I can use page dot select option. So this statement also I can rewrite like this. Await page dot select option. Now I will use label. So by using label, how we can use? So first we have to pass hash month as a first parameter for that drop down, which is will locate that drop down element, and then we can use curly brackets. In this we can pass label value as, let's say, April. So it will select April from that drop down. Now third one, value. Again here also we can use like this. So instead of page dot locator, I can directly use dot select option method. In this first parameter I have to pass, that is month, that will locate that element, comma second parameter is basically in curly bracket value which is having 7. So that value will be selected. And the last one is again index, also we can use like this. So dot select option, first parameter, that is hash month, comma index. So in curly bracket we have to pass the index. So it will select the first index, first index, that is February. So it should select February, it will select the 7th value, it will select the April, it will select the March. So you can write these options also or this way also. Anything is perfectly fine. You can use any approach. You can use page.locator, in which we can pass the locator of the drop down list, and then we can use .select option method and we can pass the visible text. Or we can directly use page.select option, in which we are passing the first parameter of that locator of that drop down, and in second parameter we can pass the visible text. So both the approach are fine. Both are approaches are using the same output only. So both are different ways of selecting option from drop down. Now what I will do, I will just add some weight. So it will execute all the 4 statements one after another with the 5-second delay. So if we can real time see all the values changing, right? So I am just going to give you the weight of 4000. Let's save this file and let's execute this file. So it will launch the browser and it will select 1, 2, 3, 4 times the value will change from that drop down. First it will select March, then April, then the month which is having value equals to 7, and then it will select February as well. So it will launch the browser. It will click on sign up with Facebook link. And now if you see March, automatically after 4 seconds some another month will be selected, that is April. After that the element July, and now the last one will be February. So all these 4 statements got executed. So these are the different ways by which we can select elements from drop down. And the example which we have seen is for basic HTML drop down, which contains a select tag. So far we have seen how to select the element from drop down which contains a select tag, right? So thank you for watching this video. In coming video we will see some more type of drop down from which how to select